Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Brokerpreneur Podcast. I am King Ben Spears, the Doctor of Flow. Keeps changing. I am here with the big guy as usual. Matt, how are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. I love the Ambassador of Flow. I think that's a great fit. You can be King of Flow if you want to be King of Flow, right?
Yeah. Well, it's like
a king can appoint himself
from our Brokerpreneur community, so that's just sentimental to me.
I got you.
You know, that's all it is. It's just sentimental to me.
The scepter might be a bit much.
I could be the trash can of Flow. I don't care. But yeah, there's a better story behind it. So that's where it's all coming from. Matt.
Yeah.
Matt Moneymaker Vi, as I call him.
Moneymaker. That's from the BFT, isn't it?
That's from the Bigfoot.
BFO, Bigfoot something organization, right? Matt Moneymaker, and that guy's name?
Yeah, exactly. That's where I got that from.
I got you. All right. Sweet.
Matt.
BFRO. Or BRFO, Bigfoot Research Foundation
Institute or something.
Yeah, there you go. All right.
Yeah,
sorry,
I bet they're an institute.
Yeah.
Yeah, BFT that's our program.
Right, yeah.
That's one of our programs we offer. So, guys, go check that out, prospectboomerang.com. You'll learn what the BFT is.
Yeah.
Matt, I'm going to let you be our tour guide today.
Oh, nice.
Right. So why don't you talk to us a little bit about what we're talking about?
Yeah. So in all of our conversations when we're onboarding clients, right? You know, one of the things that we, there's several things that most all of our clients do not do that could make a big difference in their business immediately. Okay?
Yes.
And whenever I say in their business immediately, I mean in their conversion of the right type of agent from a recruiting standpoint. Okay.
Yes.
So one of those things is giving an office tour.
Yes.
Okay. And so, dealing with your appointments differently, interview, actually handling your interview and having your pillars laid out of what you're going to talk about. Those things are all really important. But a real simple one, and a real simple one to implement quickly and to understand quickly is how you give the office tour. Okay. So that's what we're gonna dig into.
Yep.
Right. And
absolutely.
And so we'll talk. We'll get to the bottom of it.
Guys, before we do that, I'm going to take you a little tour of how to follow and like us wherever you are. Make sure you hit that follow and subscribe button. There's no better time than right now, to grab if you're listening to this in the morning, grab a sausage biscuit and go to Brokerpreneur Podcast and sign up for our weekly newsletter where we just send you, so much recruiting, value packed in that email every single Friday. Because again, we can't be with you every single day. We can be in your ears, I guess, if you want to listen to us. But we want to make sure that we're just helping you as much as we can, because we really and truly do just love being part of your win. So Matt.
Yep.
Let's do this. Let's tell everyone. It's kind of just understood maybe what an office tour is.
Yeah.
But let's start by just saying this is the fundamentals of an office tour.
Yeah, absolutely. So here's the person should when they walk in the door, and when we say an office tour, we mean a recruit coming in for the first time. Okay.
Yes.
So that doesn't always mean that's the first time you're meeting the recruit. Please keep that in mind. Okay. But the first time that a recruit comes in and you're kind of putting your foot forward, your best foot forward, because they might be somebody that's joining your office, you have to introduce them to what your office does from a physical location, what it offers. Okay. If you don't have a physical location and you're not planning on having a physical location, go listen to one of our other podcasts. Go ahead and hit stop now and go listen to another episode. Okay. So here's what it does. When somebody walks in the front door, they need to be greeted. They need to be known who is coming in. Okay.
Yes.
That means that your staff or whoever is going to greet them at the front door knows them by name, all that kind of stuff, knows why they're there, right? You don't want to say, somebody walk in the front door and the person say, hey, I'm here to see so-and-so. Okay, can I tell them what this is about? What does that tell them right then?
Yeah. It's just...
There's no communication between the staff.
It doesn't
matter. Right. Okay, all of that. My gosh, please don't do that.
Yeah.
Right? Somebody walks in the front door, you want them to say, Ben, you must be Ben, right?
Yeah.
And they would know that because they've looked at the picture online already, right? And they've been prepped by the recruiter, the manager, whoever it is. hey, you must be Ben, right? And you say, yeah, that's great. We're so glad that you came in today. Let me go get Matt, and in just a minute, I'm going to take you on a tour of the office, but just have a seat for just a second. Let me go get Matt, let him know that you're here, and then I'll kind of show you around a little bit.
Yep.
Right? That automatically is going to have a different vibe, look, and feel than if somebody walks in and they say, hey, I'm here to see Matt, and you're like, can I tell him, who it is and what you're here for? Does he know you're coming or something like that? Like, holy crap, I hope he knows I'm coming, right? Yeah. He stopped the middle of my work day for us to meet about talking about his office. He better freaking know I'm coming.
Yeah, everybody can't be confused.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. It's a great way of putting it.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what needs to happen. That's number one of what needs to happen, right?
Yep.
Number two of what needs to be happen, they need to be introduced to key people or where the key people are. Okay. So one of the things that when people are trying to discount this idea, they always say this. They always say the same thing, right? Well, experienced agents don't want you knowing that they're there and why they're there and all that kind of stuff. Okay, bullshit, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let me. When I'm talking one-on-one on people, I say it a lot nicer. I'm like, oh, well, maybe that's the case. Maybe that's not the case. Okay, all right. Well, go meet them at frickin' Panera until it's time to do the office tour. But at some point, they're going to want to know what the office has to offer, and it's got to be put together the right way. So please, if you get on the phone with me, don't ever use that excuse because it forces me to be nice when I shouldn't have to be.
yeah. You get that.
yeah, get that look from me. Hopefully we're not on a Zoom.
Yeah, the head drops and it's not good, guys.
It's not good. So you've got to put your best foot. You got to put your best foot forward, right? And here's how I explain why it's done this way, okay? Because everybody knows about showing a house, right? Every broker out there knows about showing a house.
Yeah.
When you walk into a house to show a house, especially if you think it's the right house for somebody, you don't walk in and go, ooh, look, this is a bathroom. This is what you do in the bathroom, right?
Yeah.
You don't do that.
That's the way I was started.
Yeah, no, you don't do that.
Started every showing.
That's right. Yeah, you don't do that.
Okay.
Instead, what you do is you say things like, hey, there's a bathroom that actually comes off of the pool so that the kids, while they're enjoying the pool and everything, don't track water through the house, right? That's that bathroom right there.
Yeah.
So what you're doing is you're selling the lifestyle of it. You're selling the value of it. You're telling them how that's going to make what they do better, right? Okay. So that's what has to happen with your office, okay? If that's not what's happening with your office, then they automatically think you're like everyone else. We'll talk about that during the action item, okay? But the key thing here is they're not gonna be confused when they walk in, like you just said, and you're gonna introduce them to the people or the places around the office that are important to what they're doing with their business. If for whatever reason the person does not want to, they're like, no, I don't want to meet you at the office, and you're like, yeah, we really need to meet at the office. Okay, we talked about this just a second ago, but here's how you can handle it. Meet them after hours. Say, how about if we meet at 8 o'clock? There's not going to be anybody there at 8 o'clock. Come in. I can show you around. I'll show you where your office would be. I can kind of whatever. But you're still giving them that tour at that point of what's going on with the office. Okay.
Yeah.
But you're telling them if you got a mortgage person, if you got a title person, if you have an insurance person, if you have a property management division, if you have a commercial division, if you have whatever it is that's around that office, or if you have people that specialize in that, you kind of want to point that out.
Yeah.
Right. You want to say, here's all the things that are going to support you. Here's where we do our training. Right.
Yeah.
When your people walk in the front door to do a closing here, I want you to know that my staff is actually going to greet them by name if you've given them the name, because we want them to feel as comfortable as possible whenever they come in. Just make sure that we have your file turned in on time and we can handle that. Right. Then they're going, okay, this is cool. If I do what I'm supposed to, my customer gets treated a great way like I got treated, right? They like that and they start connecting with it. Now it's about that lifestyle of the bathroom off of the pool. Yeah. So you as the mom and dad don't have to clean up all the water being tracked through the house, but the kids get to use the bathroom and not have to use the bathroom in the pool, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So it solves all of that without being demeaning in what it is that you're actually accomplishing. You follow me?
Yeah.
Because you're selling the lifestyle of it. So that's why you have the office tour, and then how you present it also makes a difference. But that's another podcast.
Yep, exactly. Well, Matt.
Yep.
I'm trying to think. The brokerages that I went to. If I ever got office tours, and I don't think I've ever. I mean, other than like, this is the admin's name.
Right.
Here's the conference room. And this is where the copier is.
Right.
I think that's pretty much, I think that's the extent of
Yeah, when you came to work for the company that I work for, you went into a different office. Every agent.
Oh yeah. No, I'm definitely not knocking with yours.
Yeah.
I've been in your office enough to know, like, somebody new comes in, right? Whoever's sitting at that front desk immediately stands up and, like, here,
Right.
they know how the show goes.
Right.
So I wasn't trying to knock on Matt, guys.
Well, the audience knows that we work together.
Yeah, I was at a different office at the time. Gosh.
So here I am dropping my head like.
Yeah, man. It's like, I don't even want to hang my backpack up next to yours. But yeah, looking back,
yep.
I now know and see, like, man, that's such a critical. And the cool thing about it is this is something that everyone can implement tomorrow. This isn't hard. You don't have to make cold calls to have a good office, to have a good office tour. Quoting you on a previous podcast, though, you do need to dress up your damn curb appeal.
Right. 100%.
Right, because it's like, it don't matter what's inside.
That's right.
Right, like that Boston cream donut, right? It may just have, like, pure deliciousness on the inside, but if it looks like a mess on the out, you're probably not going to take a bite.
Right. No.
Right. So,
no.
So Matt, is there anything else that you want to add?
Yeah. I mean, so look at it like a model home, right?
Oh, perfect. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Hey guys, this podcast is powered by Prospect Boomerang.
We all know broker owners struggle with profitability. Prospect Boomerang compounds your profits by recruiting the best agents to your brokerage.
For consistent growth, visit prospectboomerang.com.
So look at it. This is probably the best way to look at it. Okay. When an agent's coming in, everything needs to look like a model home instead of a flip property.
Yeah.
So everything needs to be in its place. It needs to be clean, right?
Yep.
If you don't have a clean office with everything that's the same, and you just can't do anything about it, right?
Yeah.
I get that. Then give them the introduction in the foyer, and take them on a very clear path to the best path that you can clean up.
Yeah.
Okay. So if that's your office, if it's a conference room up front, if it's whatever, take them, go, hey, look, in the back of the office, I'll show you that later. In the back of the office, this is where we have our meetings, in the kitchen, and this is where this happens, and that's where that happens, and everything. Let's come on over here, and we'll sit down, and I'll tell you a little bit more about how we do what we do, or whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
Oh, and then you clean that damn path from that front door to wherever it is that you're going to go sit down, and that just looks pristine, right?
Yeah, you walk that every morning.
Absolutely. You pick things up. Right? Okay.
Yep.
So you can do at least that.
Yes.
Okay. So I know not everybody has the budget to do some of the stuff and all that kind of stuff, or you're in an old office and you're not going to fix this one up because you're going to another one soon, or whatever it is, right? But that path has to be clean. But that doesn't mean that you don't mentally do that tour. Okay.
Yes, absolutely.
And again, in the action item, we'll talk about why. So look like a model home, not a flip home.
Yep. And so if you do that, right? So that's that's what a model home does, right? How does a model home differentiate between, let's say, even because here's the thing, it's really easy to say, like, man, your office either looks like garbage. Or it looks like a model home.
Right.
There's some that are just like, man, they're close, or they're middle ground. And so I want to let the people out there who know, like, well, it's not a model home, but I could have guests over.
Right.
What could they do to, other than like a single path? I guess what I'm trying to put myself in is that position, because so many of us are not going to have that model home.
Right.
If I'm in that position of, I want to show everybody everything, it's not, there's wood paneling. Man, the carpet's clean. I got a brand new copier, but there's just wood paneling everywhere.
Right.
Right. Like, what do you bring that up and you say, I got this freaking wood paneling?
No. Here's what you do. You hire a stager. You have a stager, and you say, listen, and even if you don't want to hire him, this is what you do. You say, listen, I'm going to let you come into my sales meeting for the next 3 months, and I'll let you come in and talk about how you do staging and how you help. You can't come in there and high pressure them, right?
Yeah.
But I'm going to let you come in for the next 3 months. You get 10 minutes in all my sales meetings. Here's what I need in exchange from you. I need you to walk through my office, and I need you to help me understand how to make this look more like a model home.
Yeah.
And the stager is going to say, okay, get rid of that, dust those, take that off of there. That wall needs to be painted. Move those freaking chairs. What are you doing? Clean that sofa. What are you doing with that? Put a whatever. Get those books out of here. Put more of that on there. Put this on the nightstand, the coffee table.
You got if there's a nightstand in your office, don't take them for a tour.
No tours. No tours of this.
Put that next to your dentures over there in the cup.
That's not what we're looking for. Is a nightstand. What I meant to say was coffee table.
Give you a
but
special tour.
Easy, man. Easy. There's that's a you're not going to clip that either, are you?
No, man.
Damn it,
That's
Ben.
funny. The nightstand was funny, man.
That's the kind of stuff I hope gets clipped, but never gets clipped.
No, I keep that in there for you guys. That's the sauce. That's the secret sauce.
All right. So
yeah.
moving on.
Yeah, so the stager stager comes in and basically says, like, listen, this is a mess, but it doesn't have to be. Right. Or and again, like, it's even easier if your office is close. You're like, no, I'm pretty proud of but I don't know what to hang up on the walls. Right. Like, I remember, I go into so many chiropractic offices, and there's like these same like prints that you see everywhere, and they're like faded from the sunlight. Yeah. And it's like, come on, guys! Like, let's try and be a little bit more modern here, right? That kind of thing, and you see that same thing in, there's just a poster that just looks like it's not even the same logo that the brand has anymore, right?
Yep.
And so that's kind of where I was starting. Like, man, like the office is pretty clean. Like, there's not a mess. Bathrooms are always clean, that kind of thing, but. Yeah, there's just little things, and that's a perfect example. Everyone knows a stager. If you don't, and you're a broker, for goodness sake, like go meet a couple stagers and build that into your network. But yeah, they would be happy to come in and do something like that.
100%.
To come into your sales meetings for 3 months. Yeah, absolutely. That's a killer idea.
Pick the right one.
Oh yes, absolutely. But that's exactly what I was looking for. So thanks for reading my brain on that.
Yep.
Matt. There are things that you can do if let's say you don't know a stager, but you want to, and I mentioned this a little bit in regards to the chiropractic practices that I would go to and say, man, it looks like this and that kind of stuff. You can go to other offices as a broker and see kind of what they're doing, and you're going to talk about that in just a second, right? So it's
absolutely.
like I took us off track there. I want to make sure that everybody comes back and knows, like, good things are coming. I'm not just going to be talking about nightstands. Okay. So guys, wherever you're listening to this, whether it be iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, Deezer, any of those platforms, make sure you hit that follow button. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you hit that red subscribe button, that bell right beside of it. You get notified every time we drop a new episode. If you're a broker and you want to grow your business and your brokerage, make sure that you go to prospectboomerang.com, see what we have to offer there to help you. We have things that fit every stage and phase of business that you're in. So Matt, I handed out the action item to hook people back in.
Right.
Now knock it out of the park.
So that's a good thing. What you were talking about is absolutely go to a few other offices, right? Go as a manager, as a broker owner, go sit in a friend's office, right? Mm-hmm. Or go drop off an escrow check, or go pick up something for somebody, and go sit down in the lobby for just a second.
Yep.
And look around. Here's the reason why. If you think that differentiating yourself is important in your appointment and interview process. Mm-hmm. Making yourself stand out so that people are more comfortable joining your brokerage, if you think that that's important, then you cannot allow them to have the same perspective that all real estate offices are the same, and that begins with how they look at your physical location when they come in for the interview. Okay, so here's what you don't want to have happen. You don't want somebody to walk in and sit down basically unannounced while somebody's going to get the manager, and then look around at everything and go, yep, this is a real estate office. And then you walk out and say, hey, come on back. Let's sit down and I'll talk about how we're different than everybody else. And you go back and you sit down, and literally the first impression of what they had was the same as everyone else.
Yes.
You can't do that.
Yep.
You have to make that different. Okay. So how do you do that? One is by how you treat the person when they walk in, which we talked about. The other is how things look. Okay. So you as a broker, go sit down in some other offices. Go talk to friends that you have in other offices. Go meet people. I'm not saying go spy and go trick people and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
That's not what I'm saying. There's a bunch of other ways to walk into an office.
Yeah, you should know other brokers.
Absolutely. Walk in and introduce
That's
yourself.
That's a big problem in and of itself.
Absolutely.
That's another action item.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And so you go in there and you just take it all in from a person's point of view that's walking in the office. What is it that they're doing really well? What is it that's terrible?
Yeah.
It's not just about decor. It's not just about having a damn ping pong table in the breakout room.
Yeah.
It is about the look and the feel and what lifestyle they think they're getting by joining your brokerage.
Yeah, and another way to do this, guys. And I'm not trying to piggyback the action item. Whenever I would go on vacation, when I was a chiropractor, there's chiropractors on like every corner. There's no way that you didn't like go eat somewhere and there's not like a chiropractor like pretty close. I would always walk in and just say, "Hey, where'd you go to school?" You know, if they were busy, I wouldn't interrupt anything, of course, but I wanted to see what that office was like. I wanted to just notice anything that I could pick up from, and I always ended up making a friend, which also gave me like a referral source of.
Yep, it's a great idea.
You're moving to this place, or you're doing that. Yeah, go. You should go see this guy or gal. You know, I met him or her. I remember I was on my honeymoon, in Kauai, and we stopped at this like. There's like 4 businesses on the island or something like that. We stopped at this place. We got a little bit of lunch. And literally upstairs, this wasn't like a strip mall or something. There's 2 businesses there. Upstairs, you'd take these steps up the side, and there was a chiropractor there. And I went there, and it was a room no bigger than this little studio that we're in.
Right.
And there was like a divider. And gosh, the doctor was like so nice and laid back, and the atmosphere was laid back. That was the culture. Like you knew when you were walking in there, man. You knew what you were getting. But long story short, if you're on vacation or you're out, man, walk into another brokerage, introduce yourself, and say, "Gosh, I like what you've done here," or "Man, that wood paling's got to go."
Right. Yeah. Just look around. Open up your eyes. That's a great way of doing it. Whenever you're going and looking, it just doesn't have to be competition. Yeah. It can just be other real estate office. Great, super point.
Yep. Absolutely. All right, guys. I made a good point. Put it in the books. Matt, you make lots of good points, and I throw in some amazing points and some funny things every now and again. And we do that for one reason alone. And tell them why that is.
We just want to be part of their win.